I have been burned by the sun.
Hello everybody, my name is Meisterbloo, and today I took a look at the first episode of the show Urawa no Usagi-chan. And I want to get this out before I say anything else about this show. There is no reason why this show needs to be 3.5 minute long episodes. If you've seen my review of I Can't Understand What My Husband Is Saying, then you know that I really liked that show, and that show was about 3 minute long episodes every single way, all the way through, and it has a second season out now. But as to why I don't feel this show deserves to have 3.5 minute long episodes will be saved for after all the technical stuff. The premise of the show follows this girl named Usagi-chan and just her daily life as a junior in high school. There's literally nothing else. And because this episode is only 3.5 minutes long, all we do in this episode is she goes, "Oh, what a beautiful day, I love this town," goes to school and says hi to her friends. The end. And none of their designs are anything too particularly special. They all look just stereotypical, honestly. However, she does have one friend who is a blue-haired girl, and her eyes are blue, and she's got all of her clothes are blue and white. So that gained some points with me. As for the animation, what they did was actually pretty interesting, but not done too particularly well. As I said, the character designs are nothing really special. However, the backgrounds in the show, the city, and everything that they walk around in, looks like a painting almost. Looks almost kind of like one of those storybook paintings you see in like a children's book that doesn't always have like buildings and everything outlined. Sometimes it's just like they just got painted there and haven't been outlined with like black or anything, and it looked really, really good. And it brought a really huge contrast to where the background was and where the characters are, allowing you to focus more on the characters, which can be used to full effectiveness in a good way, but not here. And that's mainly due to the fact that the characters' animations in this show are not that great. They look like sometimes they have some frames missing in between some of their walk cycles that make them look choppy occasionally. It's not to say all the time. There were some times where they're just standing around talking, and it seemed okay. Again, nothing too special or fluid, but overall the animation for this first episode was choppy, and I'm hoping it doesn't stay that way. As for the sound, their music was never anything special. I almost felt like it'd be like just the ambiance music, like if you're walking into a theme park, kind of like Disneyland or something. It felt at one point, it felt kind of like that background music where it's just like, oh, you're about to have this fun time and everything, and there's this, but that was very brief in a 3.5 minute long episode, so the rest of the music, just nothing too special at all. And it may have just been me, but it felt like the voice actors would occasionally slip. And what I mean by that is, it sounded like they stopped sounding like high schoolers, because they do have the squeakier Japanese girl voices that are seen in just about every anime ever. But there were moments where they tried like maybe making a joke or something, or maybe just even talking without like being bubbly, and they no longer sounded like young girls. They sounded like adults mimicking young girls, and that really, really pulled me out. That hit me. The moment they said that, I'm like, that doesn't sound anything like a high school student. And the ending theme song for this was nothing special either. It was just your stereotypical girls rally kind of song where it's like a bunch of girls singing the words. It's nothing too instrumentally impressive or anything. However, the ending did have the best looking part of the show, because it showed the characters and then it almost like oil painted the characters, and not oil painted, water painted like the characters and everything, and that looked really good. So the ending, unfortunately, was the part that I liked the best about the show. But this show does not need to be 3.5 minute long episodes. It really does not. Especially now, because the first episode, in my opinion, failed as a first episode. It did not engage me in any way, shape, or form. There was no humor in it. There was no introduction to romance in it. There was honestly not even any character development. All we find out about the main character is that sometimes she spaces out, and that's it. There's literally nothing to hold on to with this first episode, which is not a good thing. I understand that most definitely have more episodes coming, considering the first episode is only 3.5 minutes. They likely have made more episodes already and are just holding them to release. But the first episode does not engage, and it doesn't enthrall, so it's failed in my book. I would honestly suggest either not watching this show, or waiting until there's a lot more out. Because if you're just going to watch it now, you're going to get 3.5 minutes that you're just going to be like, alright, that didn't do anything for me. But yes, my name has been Meisterbloo. I hope you all enjoyed this. If you did, please like, share, comment, do all those social things. I have a Tumblr that I'm almost always on now, and a Twitter that I occasionally am on, but I tied that to my Tumblr, so if you go to Twitter, you can see my Tumblr. And I'll of course have links to other videos that I've done in the annotations after this. Thank you all for watching, and if you have any recommendations, please tell them to me. I'm always looking for new things to watch. So until next time, everybody, peace out.